Not long ago, I did a field trip event in somebody else's space. This event was called Good Wine and Deep Work, and the idea was that people are going to work for an hour and a half and then chat about what they did, preceded by a little explanation from me about why we do things the way we do them at the process, which involves me telling people a little bit about my revelations around doing a little bit at a time every day and then being able to accomplish really big projects, hearkening back to my sports past and what I've learned through writing and running businesses and so on. So I also, before the event, sent everybody an email about what the event was going to entail. And when people checked in, also explained that to them as well. So I was surprised when, after I gave my little talk and after we got people started into the hour and a half of deep work, that I had to go around and say, okay, so stop talking. Now's the time to sit and get some stuff done. You'll have plenty of time to talk later. I was also surprised when, after the event, I asked a few people, how did it go? And several people said the following. They said, so I didn't really know what I was getting into, which is weird because, again, I explained it a billion times, but I understand people don't listen or read emails. But then a couple of people said, then I realized that I had this swath of time, so I might as well start attacking some of the things that I need to do. To which I wanted to say, well, duh, that was the whole point of this. But what was interesting, I thought, was that this seemed so revelatory for people, that they could actually get stuff done. It fits a little bit with something a friend of mine says. His name's Peter, and he says that he thinks the modal amount of work done in America each day by a person is 0. Not the mean, but the mode. So the thing that happens most often in the world. And for a long time, I thought that was a little bit hyperbolic, but now I'm starting to come around. One of the reasons I've come around is I've lived a weird life, right? Like I played professional basketball for 10 years, and so I missed out on a lot of corporate culture. People tend to think that because I played basketball that maybe my life was easy, and it was lovely that I got to play a sport for money, but there was a lot of accountability in what I did, in that if I wasn't working hard or if I wasn't playing well, it was apparent very quickly and I would get kicked on down the line. What I've seen out of the world of work, now that I'm past basketball and long since past basketball and now in the world of helping people get stuff done, is that in most cases there's not a lot of accountability and people's jobs are pretty opaque, and what that leads to is a sense that they're just trying to move things along, where in a lot of cases things are just emails. And that, to me, is a little depressing, but also gives us a little bit of hope. Here's why. I think this is depressing because I'm not sure where we're headed as an economy. Like, where does this go if people are not really accomplishing anything with their days? I think it's also a little depressing for me, or maybe this is where it gets hopeful for me, in that there's a lot of opportunity in what I do, in showing people that they can get this stuff done, that they can accomplish things, that it's not actually that hard. Which brings me around to you and why this is great news for you. I think there's such an opportunity for people who are able to muster up the chutzpah, the energy, the willpower to just get stuff done, and also that you don't have to do that much to get ahead in this economy where people are so confused by the task of sitting still and getting stuff done. What I mean there is that all of my adult life, I've wrestled against or tussled with people trying to convince other people that what they're doing is hard. So people will often say that they need to sit and work for many hours at a time. What I've found is that if you can sit and focus for, call it 4 different tasks for 15 to 20 minutes each day, and you're able to do that 5 or 6 days a week, that will put you in the 97th percentile of people who can accomplish things. And again, I think that's could be viewed as a little bit of a sad state of affairs. But I would look at it like it's such an opportunity. If you're able to build these systems and sustain that over time, do it day in and day out, whether you feel perfect, or whether you feel mediocre, or whether you feel a little bit out of sorts, the opportunity available is massive because most people are, in fact, doing very little, bordering on nothing, and they're going to be confused when they're given the opportunity to have an hour and a half of work time. They will say, what am I supposed to do with this time? But that does not have to be you.